Okay. Yeah. So we have another new campus, which is about 5 minutes drive away, because our number of students are expanding, especially our foundation program students. So we got to move some of our students to the new campus. Okay. So this campus we will still remain. Okay. Not to say that we are closing down this campus. It's just that our number of students are increasing. That's why we are having another new campus. In fact, we also have another few more campuses, but the other few campus is not in Kuala Lumpur. They are based in another state. Okay, but those campus will be the clinical campus. Okay, clinical campus meant for our medical students, the nursing students, and our dietetic students. Okay, where they go there for the clinical training. Okay, so without wasting too much time, yeah, let me just go into the introduction. So IMU, for those who have not heard about IMU, we are actually Malaysia's first and also the most established private medical university, and also in health sciences as well. Okay, and recently we also got this recognition. We got this QS ranking. We are ranked, our School of Pharmacy, we are ranked #1 among all the Malaysian private universities. And there is this survey also done by this US News for Best Global Universities. We are ranked #1 also for private universities, clinical medicine. Okay. All right, so this is some of the recognition that we obtained. Another famous thing about IMU is that we collaborate with many universities and also prestigious universities from many countries, okay, for all our various programs. So we have partner university all the way from Canada to United States, UK, China, Australia, and New Zealand. Okay, you may wonder who are those universities. This is just some of those I managed to crowd in and put in these slides. So these are all the universities. You may recognize some of them. Okay, from Australia, UK, United States, Canada, China, and New Zealand. Okay, we work with China universities because we offer Chinese medicine program. We collaborate with this university from Shanghai for our Chinese medicine credit transfer option. I will go through with you all the programs which we offer. Yeah, this is all the programs which we offer. For undergraduate programs, we have all this. Okay, medicine, bioveterinary medicine, actually called bioveterinary science, not medicine. And we have dentistry, pharmacy, pharmaceutical chemistry. For the social sciences, we have the psychology, communication program, business program, digital health, which is something like IT. And under the health sciences, we have biomedical science, medical biotech, nutrition, dietetics, nursing, and alternative medicine. We have chiropractic and Chinese medicine. Okay. So this is just to give you a glance of all the undergraduate programs which we offer. Of course, before the students study undergraduate program, some students are required to do pre-university program. Okay, there are many pre-universities program in the market. Of course, the internationally recognized pre-U program will be A-levels or the Australian matriculation or the Canadian pre-U like the OSST, if you're familiar. Those are all the pre-university program which they need to do, which they need to complete before they join a bachelor degree. As for IMU, we do not offer those programs. Our pre-university program which we offer is called Foundation in Science. Okay, our Foundation in Science is to prepare them into all the undergraduate programs, which is similar level with like A-levels or the OSST or the Australian matriculation or international baccalaureate. Okay, so 1 year foundation program, they complete, then they join and progress into the bachelor degree. Okay, so basically the Foundation in Science is to cater to students who completed high school or the O-level, IGCSE O-level. For the Burmese students, because we have a good number of students from Myanmar, they completed the Myanmar matriculation. They are also required to do a foundation program before they join into the bachelor degree. So besides Foundation in Science, we also have Foundation in Arts, catering to students who are interested to do like business or communication or psychology or digital health. Okay. Now, so what is this foundation in science? How long is the duration? It is a one-year program. And you may ask, oh, what is the difference between foundation with other pre-U program? One of the difference is the assessment system, the assessment style. For this program, it is 50% coursework, 50% examinations, compared to some pre-U like A levels is purely 100% exam based. All right. Canadian pre-U, if I'm not mistaken, is maybe 70% coursework or 30% examination, something like this. So every program, pre-U program, there are some differences, but all in all, it's still considered pre-U. We accept all these pre-U programs for entry into degree. Foundation in Science, A levels, Australian matriculation, OSST, international baccalaureate, all this we accept. Okay, right. So yeah, in the past we also have students who have done our foundation and then apply and gain a direct entry to to National University of Ireland as well. Okay, I can't say that IMU Foundation is internationally recognized like A levels, but we do have students who have completed foundation in science and applied to universities abroad. Okay, and we do in our foundation program we do offer bursary and scholarships. And in the past we recorded like 35% progression rate from 2017 to 2020. The latest dates I don't have yet. I'm waiting for the school to give me the update. Okay, now, so these are the intakes we have. As of this year, we have the April intake, July intake, and September intake. But next year, there might be some changes. Okay, we may move the April intake to January. Okay, or February, somewhere around there. So students will select the different intakes so that they have a smoother transition to the bachelor degree. Because for all the bachelor degree program, they have different intakes. For example, if you look at like this year, our April intake, okay, our April intake will end in this year. Those who join this year, April, they will finish by next year, April. Then they will be in time to join the September intake for programs like medicine, dentistry, and other health sciences. And for many students who, especially those who do IGCSE, they will finish their examination in May, June, and their result will come in August. And for those group of students, they will probably consider September the earliest they can join. Okay, so since it is a one-year program, you say you join this year September, you finish by next year September, and then you'll be in time to apply for the September intake medical program or other health sciences program. Otherwise, then they are free to consider any intakes the year after that. Okay. So this is the intakes for the foundation program. As I mentioned, this is the assessment structure of the program, 50% coursework, 50% examination. Some people, when they talk about doing examination, they are very stressed. Okay. And if let's say they don't do well in the exam, maybe they fall sick or something happened that affected their performance. So there it goes. Okay, at least if you do this program, 50% of the assessment has gone to coursework. If you have completed your coursework well, or in any of the continuous assessment, at least your 50% is guaranteed. The rest is your examination. Okay, yeah. The keyword is be consistent in all aspects. Right. So you may wonder what are the subjects they are going to study. These are all the subjects they are going to study in the one-year foundation. Okay, so now the question is, what is the grades I need to achieve in order to be eligible for the foundation program? Okay, in general, we are looking at a minimum 5 Bs. Okay, in these subjects for biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, or additional maths, and another subject. This is if you are looking at programs such as medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy. Okay, these three programs, medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy, you are looking at this minimum B, grade B in 5 subjects. And then for other programs, you just need to have 5 Cs, okay, which includes mathematics, 2 science subjects, and 2 other subjects. For example, say you are interested to do medical biotechnology, okay, we are looking at 5 credits, means minimum 5 C in mathematics, 2 science subjects, and 2 other subjects. Okay, or maybe you want to do, like, let's say, a degree in nursing. This is similar as well. Okay, it's credit in mathematics, 2 science subjects, and 2 other subjects. Okay, so this is just to give you an overall view of the requirement. And there is also English requirement as well. Okay, minimum you must score C in your English IGCSE O level. Those students who doesn't come with IGCSE O level, okay, especially those students where they are from the non-English speaking countries, then they have to sit for the IELTS. Minimum requirement for the foundation is IELTS, overall band scores 5.0. Okay, so far, are you able to follow me? Okay, if you have any questions, or you can't follow me, just stop me and then I'll try my very best to explain. Okay, now, so okay, as I mentioned earlier, IMU University, basically we started off as a medical university. Okay, our very first program, which we offered back in 1992, that is the year we established, okay, is medicine program. Of course, IMU also well known for the medical program. Along the way, we expanded by offering more other programs, such as the pharmacy, dentistry, and many more. Okay, so we can't deny the fact that IMU medicine is the most popular, okay, in our university. So if you want to do the, what is it called? Okay, sorry. Okay, if you want to do the medicine program, there is a certain grade you need to meet in your IGCSE, as I mentioned, minimum B in biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and another subject. Okay, and if you do the foundation, for 1 year, at the end of the 1 year, you must achieve a minimum CGPA of 3.7 or 3.8 overall, and with minimum CGPA of 3 out of 4 in the subject of biology and chemistry and mathematics. These are the subjects they're going to study. If I move a few slides, yeah, you can see all the subjects here, right? Biology, chemistry, mathematics. So this, in this individual subject, they also must score a minimum 3 out of 4. Okay, yeah. Overall aggregate is 3.7 to 3.8. Okay, leading to the medicine program. Okay, English requirement is higher for medicine. That is 7.0. Okay, 7.0 for the partner medical school option. Okay, maybe I sidetrack a bit. I move to the medicine. Yeah. I want to tell you that in our medicine program, we have 2 different options. Okay, we have 2 different options. We have the options where you can do the entire program all in IMU, which is called the IMU MBBS. Okay, which is here, the IMU MBBS. For students who select this option, they will study the entire program all in IMU. Okay, and we also offer something basically no one else offers, only in IMU. That is this credit transfer option to the partner medical school. In short, we call them the PMS, right? PMS, easier to say rather than so wordy, partner medical school, okay? When I say PMS, means the credit transfer option to the partner universities. Okay, for students who select this credit transfer option, how long do they study in IMU? Basically, they will spend 2.5 years in IMU. Okay, 2.5 years in IMU, not 5 years, but 2.5 years in IMU. And then after that, they will transfer to one of the partner universities here. Okay, one of the partner universities, and they'll spend about 3 years to complete. And those students who select this credit transfer option, they will get the final certificate awarded by the partner university, okay, depending which one they transfer to, okay? It doesn't come from IMU. The final certificate doesn't come from IMU unless you choose the first option, which is the IMU MBBS, okay? In fact, actually, this credit transfer option in the medical field, only IMU offer this. You don't find any other universities offer this. Even if you can find any other university which offer credit transfer in medicine, I can dare to say none of them will have this prestigious list of partner university which IMU have. Okay. Yeah, you may find some university, yes, they may have some kind of credit transfer options, but only to 1 or 2 or 3. And none of them will have any list of partner as what we have here. So I would say IMU program is very unique, all right? We have to come up with a good curriculum to be recognized by so many of these universities. Easily for the medicine itself, I think we have 20 over partner universities. Australia, New Zealand, Malta, and UK. All right. So therefore, I would say in our medicine program, this credit transfer options is quite popular, and seats are limited. It tends to be filled up very fast, especially this credit transfer option. Okay, every year we have 2 intakes. You can see here, February and September. And every year we take up to maximum of 400 students. Okay, 400 students, in which 200 students will be allocated for the February intake, and another 200 students will be in the September intake. All right. And in this group of 200 students, 100 students will be in the IMU MBBS option. Okay. And the other 100 will be in the credit transfer options. That means when the student apply to us, they have to decide at the beginning, all right, telling us which option they want to apply to study, whether to do the 5 years on in IMU or the credit transfer option. Okay, if let's say you select the IMU MBBS, okay, if you fulfill the requirement, you pass interview, you'll be given a place in IMU MBBS, but not in the partner medical school option, because you selected the IMU MBBS. If you say from the beginning, and you say, I want to join the credit transfer option, I want to transfer to the partner university. That means at the point of application, you have to select the partner medical school option, the PMS option, so that if you pass interview and seats are available, we will offer you a place in the partner medical school option, the PMS, okay, but not in the credit transfer option. You got it? Okay. You can't say, oh, I apply for the IMU MBBS first at the beginning. A year later, I switch to the credit transfer option. I wouldn't suggest this method, because we can't guarantee there will be seats available, because most of the time the seats will be taken by other students. All 100 students, because only 100 seats, all 100 students will take up the seats already. You can't say, I select IMU MBBS and then I switch to the other option. Too late, because seats has been taken, unless someone drop out, which I can't guarantee on that. Okay, so if there is someone drop out and there's a vacancy, then we may consider your request. Okay. Now, okay, I show you the program structure for the 5 years program in Malaysia. Okay, those students who wants to do the 5 years program in IMU, which is the IMU MBBS, they will study 10 semesters. Okay, 10 semesters, 5 years. Okay, so you look at the first 5 semesters. The first 5 semesters, we call this the phase 1 study. Okay, the phase 2 study will be from semester 6 to 10, and it focuses on clinical training. Okay, the clinical training will be done most of the time in the hospital. That's why I said just now we have a clinical campus in another states. Why? Because our clinical campus actually located quite near to the hospital, is almost like a walking distance to the hospital. So that means our student in the second phase, they will go to a clinical school. After attending their class, they will go over to the hospital for the training. For the phase 1, which is from semester 1 to 5, everyone will study together in IMU campus in Bukit Jalil. Okay, whether you choose to do the IMU MBBS option or the PMS option, everyone will study together. They are all in the same class because they learn the same thing, right? The only difference is that those who select the credit transfer option, the partner medical school pathway, they will finish their studies in IMU at the 5th semester. Okay, at the 5th semester. After that, they will go to the partner universities, either in Australia or New Zealand or Malta or UK. All right. So, of course, the student has to select the university before they transfer. They do not select the universities at the beginning. Okay. That means before semester 1, they will go through the application process. During the application process, they will select the pathway, either all in Malaysia or the credit transfer options. Then when do they select the universities? They will select the universities in the 5th semester before they transfer. Okay, 2.5 years. One semester is half a year, about half a year. So semester 1 and 2 is the first year, 3rd and 4th is the second year, another half a year to go. That makes up the 2.5 years, which is the phase 1. The student will go through a matching process. They'll go through a matching process in the 5th semester. During the matching process, that is the time the student will select the partner universities. Okay, they will select all the partner universities. I think we have about, including all the 4 countries, we have about 18 universities in the UG option. Okay, the student can select all 18 universities, but they will rank their choice. All right, they'll indicate their preference of university. Okay, they will list down one by one. So that means based on this list of, this is, I don't think there are 18 here, maybe there are more. Okay, so they will select all 18 universities, but they will list down one by one by telling us the first choice university, second choice, third choice, fourth, fifth, sixth, up to last. And this university will also select the student. Okay, how do they select the student? They will select the student by assessing their performance from the previous semester, semester 1 to 4. So the student have to make sure they pass the examination. Okay, the criteria is you must pass your exam. Okay, of course, among these universities, some of them are quite competitive. Then you must make sure you come with better results so that you can fight with your fellow classmates. Because every universities here, okay, every universities here, they have limited seats. Each university only offer a few seats. Maybe some only offer 2 to 3 seats. Some will be 5, some may be 7, some may be 10. But all in all, combining together in one intake, there is maximum 100 seats. Okay, so therefore we only take 100 students. Okay, because we want to guarantee each and every of these 100 students a place to transfer to the partner university. Okay, as long as they pass, they will transfer. But which one, we can't guarantee. You may ask me, oh, can you guarantee that I will transfer to Queen Mary University of London? Or can you guarantee that I can go to University of Adelaide? Or what? We can't do that. Okay, we can't do that because it's up to the university to decide. Okay, you select the universities. The university will also select based on your performance. Okay, as long as you pass, you will definitely transfer. Because at the beginning, right, when you apply to IMU, you go through the interview. If you pass the interview, IMU will give you an offer. Okay, that means IMU offer you a place, depending which option you select. Okay, so if you take up the seat, that seat is guaranteed for you. Okay, that seat is guaranteed for you. No one is going to touch your seat. So you start your course. Okay, you start your class, right? You go through every semester. So make sure you pass your exam. As long as you pass, you can do the matching. Okay, so the university will select based on your performance. Some universities will also look beyond your academic performance, right? Especially the competitive ones. Some will even look at your like personal statement or portfolio, because some universities prefer students to be an all-rounder. Okay, all-rounder means you are good in many ways, not just good academically, but you're good in many other skills. Therefore, we encourage students to participate in extracurricular activities, social community work, so that you can write a good personal statement. You can talk about your leadership skill, your problem-solving skills, teamwork, and many other things. So by this, you'll be able to impress the universities. Okay, so definitely, if you pass, you'll be matched to one of the universities. Okay. And then off you go after the 5th semester, then you go to the partner university. And in the partner university, that is where you do your clinical training as well. The partner universities will also arrange you to go to the hospitals over there to do the clinical training. Okay. All right. So, so far, are you able to follow me? Because this system, you don't find it anywhere else, only in IMU for the credit transfer options. Okay, in medical program. There are many universities offer credit transfer, but normally you only find it in other fields, maybe like business or computing or engineering or any others, but not in medical. It's almost very rare that you find a university which offer credit transfer in medical. IMU is I would say it's the only one. Okay, yeah. Now, so we teach our student. That's why I mentioned that in the second phase here, the student will go to the hospital for the clinical training. But right before you go to the clinical training, we will teach you all the practical skills right from the beginning, even from semester 1 to the 5th semester. Okay, if you look carefully in the 5th semester, there's a transition to clinical practice because there's an examination called the OSPE, Objective Structured Practical Examination. Okay, which will test you on all your practical skills. So therefore, your skills must be good, must be ready in time to go to the clinical training. So we have in our university, our medicine program, we have these facilities called CSSC, which stands for Clinical Skills Simulation Center. So yeah, this is to simulate the clinical environment. Of course, here you can see like there's a dummy. Sorry, the picture not so clear, but you can see our students here, all right? And with a dummy on the bed. So that's how they learn, okay, to deal with different scenarios. Like for example, student learn about injection. Okay, you must how to inject the needle. We will teach you, and they learn it on like a dummy hand first, okay, before they do it on a real human. All right. Yeah. So we also have simulated patients. Simulated patients, basically, they are real human. It's just that they're acting like a patient. Okay. We give these patients different medical scenarios. So our students learn to do role play with them, learn to interact, learn to talk to the patients, so that you can take medical history from the patients in order to do a diagnosis, how to treat the patients. Okay. Now you can see here, yeah, this is one of dummy. They are doing something, right? Yeah, like this, like a CPR, all this. Okay, so yeah, and our students also not just attending class, they also have other activities in the past. Yeah, during the pandemic, a couple of years ago, we also have this outreach work where our staff and students also involved, right, on the vaccination service. We work together with the Ministry of Health. Okay, and this yeah, some other activities. This is, I think it is a community service. In the past, yeah, we have this group of students from different faculties, not just medicine, right? Some are pharmacy, some are dentists. So they work together. I think they went to this rural area in Myanmar. Okay, yeah, so they do they reach out to the rural area to give some free medical tests or what. Okay, yeah. So now, for those who are looking at medicine program, what is the requirement for you to join? Just now, earlier on, I mentioned about the requirement based on foundation. Okay. How about students who come with other qualifications? Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we have the IMU MBBS option and also the credit transfer option to the PMS. If you have students who did A levels, okay, then we will look at the A level subjects. A level subject required is biology and chemistry. The third subject is physics or mathematics. Minimum grade requirement is BBB or ABC. Okay. This is for the IMU MBBS. If you are looking at the partner medical school option, okay, if the students are interested to go to the partner medical school, the university, then we will see whether they have a grade of ABB or not. Okay, you can compare, right? One is BBB, one is ABB. For the credit transfer option is slightly higher. Just now I mentioned already, yeah, this is for foundation in science. For foundation in science is 3.5. Between 3.4 to 3.5 is acceptable. Okay, with this CGPA. And for foundation in science is this. Okay, 3.7 to 3.8. Okay, now you see in Malaysia, there are also other foundation, other university offering foundation. I don't know, maybe you heard about Taylor's, or you heard about maybe Sunway University or Help University or any other universities in Malaysia. They also offer foundation in science. Those university foundation, we also accept for entry into medicine. However, it is only meant for the IMU MBBS. Okay. If let's say, for example, a student studied and completed a foundation in science from Taylor's College or Taylor's University, okay, we can accept the foundation to join the IMU MBBS. Okay, but not for the credit transfer option. Anyone who wish to transfer to the partner university, they can only do IMU Foundation in Science. Okay, take note on that, yeah. Because our partner university only recognize IMU Foundation in Science, not any other university foundation. Okay. If let's say you have students who did a Canadian matriculation at Canadian high school, all right, the most commonly available is the OSSD offered by this Ontario Secondary School Diploma. This Canadian pre-U we also accept for entry. The requirement is 80% aggregate in 6 subjects and also average of 80% in biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics. How about the credit transfer option? All right. We are looking at minimum 91% aggregate in all the subjects, in 6 subjects, and then average of 80% in biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics. Okay. English requirement is 6.5 for the IMU MBBS and then 7.0 for the credit transfer option. Okay, you can see a comparison, the difference by comparing this. Do take note, there's a minimum age limit that is 18 years old. If you have students only 17 years old, 16 years old, they want to do medicine, then they have to wait until they turn 18 years old. Okay, of course, all eligible applicants, they are required to go through the interview selection process as well. Okay, interview format is MMI format. Okay, MMI format. What is MMI? MMI stands for multiple mini interview. The type of questions they ask is basically scenario-based, not subject-based, right? It can be any situation. It only takes you 30 minutes to complete, and there are 6 questions, all scenario-based questions. So you need to justify your answer. So throughout the process, they will see how you answered the questions, right? They will test your English proficiency as well, how you communicate in English. Okay. If you pass interview and if the seats are available, then we offer the medical seat to you. We give you an offer for that. Okay. Right. Yeah, this is another view in case you can't see it properly. It's the same with what I shared just now. Okay, so moving on, we also have dentistry program. It's quite similar to medicine. We have dentistry program. where we have the IMU BDS, 5 years you can study in IMU, and also the credit transfer to the partner dental school. For them, we call them the PDS, Partner Dental School. There are only 6 partners here, right? Dalhousie, Adelaide, Dundee, Glasgow, Otago, and Liverpool. So the student can do a credit transfer option by studying in IMU for 2.5 years and then 3 years in one of the partner universities. When they graduate, if they transfer to the partner university, say for example, Dalhousie University in Canada, when they graduate, Dalhousie University will be the one that giving them the certificate. Or if they transfer to University of Liverpool, once they completed 3 years there, when they graduate, University of Liverpool will be the one that confer them the certificate. Okay, yeah. So yeah, similar to medicine program, we also have preclinical learning in the skills lab. In fact, our students, dental students, in the second year, they can start treating patients if they pass an assessment. Of course, before they do that, they will learn all these skills, okay, right from the beginning. So these some pictures to show you how is the learning environment like, okay, how it looks like. Okay, yeah. And then after that, if they pass the test, then they will go to this clinic, right? This is a clinic we open to the public, right? There are patients who make appointment to see the dentist, and also they can select to be treated by students, right? These are our students. They can start treating patients. Normally, they will do in a pair. They support each other. So sometimes you take on the main role, your classmate will support you, and sometimes your classmate will take on the main role, you support them. You take turns. Okay, yeah. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so moving on, we have other programs as well. These are the social science program. We have a psychology program. Psychology program, you can do all 3 years and with credit transfer options. The latest update is we recently signed a deal, so-called MOU, with University of Dundee. Okay, University of Dundee, where we can offer a second degree to the student who do the 3 years program in IMU. Okay, that means you apply to study all 3 years in IMU. After you completed the 3 years in IMU, you get another certificate that is awarded by University of Dundee. Okay, so you get 2 degrees, and you do not need to go there. Okay, you do not need to go there. You do not need to go to Dundee. So you study all in IMU, you get 2 degrees, one from IMU, one from University of Dundee. If you say, oh, I want to gain some overseas exposure, then you may opt for this credit transfer option to University of Newcastle in Australia or Strathclyde. Then you may do like 1.5 years in IMU and then 1.5 years in University of Newcastle, something like that. Okay. And then for our psychology graduate, they can apply to do postgraduate studies like Master in Counseling. And we also have, which is not mentioned here, we have this Master of Clinical Psychology as well. Okay. So pharmacy. Earlier on, I showed you IMU Pharmacy. I would say we have this QS ranking of 200, top 200 in the world, right? And the best in Malaysia. Okay, so again, similar with medicine and dentistry, we have the options. You can do the entire program in IMU, 4 years Bachelor of Pharmacy, and then credit transfer option to these 2 universities. That is Tasmania and Otago from New Zealand. No, I think it's 2 plus 2, 2 years in IMU, 2 years abroad. Okay, right? And 4 years of Bachelor of Pharmacy, it has clinical component, whereas pharmaceutical chemistry is a 3 years because it doesn't have a clinical component. That means if you study pharmaceutical chemistry, you cannot become a pharmacist. You can work in the research aspect, right? In fact, a lot of the pharmaceutical chemistry graduate, they work with a pharmaceutical firm, or they work for the government for like pharmacy control or that. If let's say they want to they want to do master, they have option to go to University of Sydney to complete the master of pharmacy. Okay, if they intend to go into the clinical aspect. After pharmaceutical chemistry, they can do master of pharmacy in University of Sydney, right? And then moving on, we have the health sciences program. Under health sciences, which is focusing more on the clinical laboratory skills, we have the biomedical science and medical biotech. Again, similar with the other programs earlier, we have the options. You can do the entire program all in IMU, and also credit transfer options to the partner universities. I didn't mention the requirement here because the requirement for health sciences program should be lower than the medical program or dentistry program. Medical program and dentistry program will fetch a higher requirement because due to the quota, due to the limited seats. Okay, yeah. And then we have others, dietetics program with dietetics with nutrition and nutrition. One is 4 years, one is 3 years. 4 years because it has clinical aspect. That means those who want to become a dietitian dealing with patients, they will study the 4 years program. Okay, yeah. And then if any students are interested in nursing, yes, we have a 4 years nursing program. You can do an entire program in Malaysia. No credit transfer option in the nursing program. We have this ODL mode, but currently it's not offered to international students because that one is purely meant for Malaysian working nurse, right? Those students who have maybe completed a diploma in nursing, working as a nurse in Malaysia, this ODL option is only for them, not for international students. And we have this diabetes management, but it's a postgraduate diploma. Okay, suitable for nursing graduate. Okay, but this is this is the ODL option. You can do this back in their home country without the need to come to Malaysia. Okay, and then under the alternative medicine, we have the chiropractic. In fact, IMU, we are the only university in the whole of Southeast Asia which offer this chiropractic. All right, in the whole of Malaysia, only IMU offer. As far as I know, there's no university in Singapore, there's no university in Indonesia or Vietnam or Thailand or which offer this program, chiropractic. If you know anyone, do let me know in case I miss out. Okay, as far as I understand, IMU, we are the only university in the whole of Southeast Asia which offer chiropractic. What is chiropractic? Chiropractic basically is a treatment dealing with patients who suffer from any muscular or skeletal related injury. So through this form of treatment, there's no surgery involved, there's no medication involved. It's all through physical body adjustment. All right, it's like a bit like therapy, right, to help patients to recover for example, from like injured muscle or body injury or misalignment of bones. Yeah, because due to our lifestyle, especially us, we spend so much time on our phone, on our laptop, our workplace, or yeah, and indirectly, you may not know that we actually have some kind of long-term injury, like spending too much time on your phone. Yeah, you put a lot of strain on your back if you sit in an incorrect posture or your neck. All right. So what they do is to help you to recorrect the position of your bone and muscles. Okay, it's very popular in the West, even in Australia. And IMU chiropractic is also accredited by this body called the CCA, Chiropractic Council of Education Australia here. And this association is well recognized worldwide. Since IMU degree is recognized by this body called CCAA, any countries that you go which recognize this body, you can work there. right? As far as I can understand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, and many Australia, New Zealand, and many other countries, they also recognize, so you can work there as well. Okay, not forgetting Chinese medicine, all right? Chinese medicine is the opposite of MBBS medicine, right? So Chinese medicine, we know they use a traditional treatment method. They use herbal medicine, okay? So we collaborate with TCM, Traditional Chinese Medicine of Shanghai, okay? And recently, we also signed an agreement or MOU with Western Sydney in Australia, okay, to do the Chinese medicine as well. Can you imagine studying Chinese medicine in Australia? It shows the popularity of Chinese medicine. All right, it plays a significant role in the world of alternative medicine. Okay, not everyone want to seek Western medicine treatment. Some we are looking at alternative. This is a good option. Okay, yeah. Now, moving on, yeah, we have the digital health. Digital health is like combining IT and health, and then we have business administration with healthcare management. Yes, we are offering a business program as well. Okay, since we are specialized in the healthcare industry, yes, we have the knowledge in the healthcare management, so we offer this program. Okay, yeah. And just to share with you, we also signed agreement with University of Dundee. Just like earlier on, we signed an agreement with University of Dundee for the psychology, where you get 2 degrees, 1 degree from IMU, 1 degree from University of Dundee. Same goes with this program. Okay, you spend 3 years on in IMU. At the end, you get 2 certificates. And the beauty of it, you do not need to pay the fees to University of Dundee. You pay to IMU. Okay, and this year we are offering 50% global leadership scholarship. We don't really offer scholarship in general. Okay, some people may ask, oh, do IMU offer scholarship? In general, we don't give a lot of scholarships. The most common one is in the foundation. And the other one is this one. I can't say that we are still offering this year for next year, but for this year, we are giving this 50% global leadership scholarship, okay, for qualified candidate. Okay, so yeah, I would seek your support to share this with your prospective students. Okay, yeah, I find that this is a good deal. You study on IMU, you get 2 degrees. Some more is from a reputable university and with scholarship as well. Okay, the requirement is also not too high. Okay, the requirement, basically you can find it in our website. Feel free to check out our websites. In fact, right, for all the programs which I mentioned just now, you can download the brochure. Okay, you can download the brochure. Our brochure is separated according to respective programs. If you say, I want to know about business, you can download a brochure specifically for business, or you want to download the brochure for medicine, yes, you can download one for that. Okay, yeah. So just to give an overall view about the application procedure, if any students who wish to apply, right, they submit their results, transcript, and certificate for assessment. In fact, actually, they can submit directly this to our website as well, submit application by uploading their transcript and certificate for assessment. Okay, once we determine that they are eligible, then we'll give them offer. Okay, only medicine and dentistry program, they are required to pay application fee. Right, this year, we are giving application fee waiver for all programs, for our foundation program, for our undergraduate program, even for our postgraduate programs. So anyone who submit application, they do not need to pay application fee unless they apply for medicine, MBBS, and BDS, because they have to pay the application fee to go through the interview. Okay. For other programs, if you qualify, you get the offer letter. Okay, you get the offer letter. For medicine and dentistry, if they pass interview, if the seats are available, we will give them the offer. Okay, All right, so far, are you good? Are you able to follow me at this section? So once they receive the offer letter and they say, okay, I want to join, I want to take up the offer, especially in medicine and dentistry, they want to secure the seat, then they have to sign on the offer letter and pay the fees to secure the seat. Otherwise, once the offer letter is lapsed, that means the student didn't take up the offer, the seat will offer to other students, okay, for medical program and dentistry program. Okay, so if they take up the offer, they pay the fees, then they can start submitting documents for visa application. We are looking at we need them to submit their passport scan copy. Okay, they scan every page clearly, and their photograph, right? Photograph is white background. This is the requirement by our immigration. Actually, for visa application, we will apply the application through EMGS. Okay, EMGS. EMGS stands for Education Malaysia Global Service. They are like the agency that is appointed by both Malaysian Immigration and Ministry of Higher Education to process application. Okay, we submit everything to them. They will process. They will deal with all parties, the Ministry of Education and the immigration officer. Once the immigration approve, then the visa approval letter will be issued. Okay, in short, the VAL. VAL. Sometimes you may wonder what is VAL. VAL is the visa approval letter, right? If the visa approved, then VAL will be issued, and the student can use this VAL to apply for the entry visa to come to Malaysia. Nowadays, very easy. They apply online through e-visa. E-visa. In case the e-visa doesn't work, maybe due to connection issue or for whatever reason, or maybe the system is down and they need to apply for the entry visa, then they may go to the embassy or the High Commission, if applicable. Otherwise, e-visa is the way to go. Okay, once they got the entry visa, then they come to Malaysia and start the class. Okay, all right. So now I just quickly show you some pictures of the campus. This is our auditorium. Chancellor Hall is a multi-purpose hall. It can be used for class, exam, or sometimes we conduct like a seminar conference. We also do it here. And this is the Clinical Skill Simulation Center. Inside the layout is just like a hospital. It's like as if you walk into a hospital. This is where our students learn their practical skill before they go to the hospital. Right? Computer lab, heavy universities has computer lab. Library, same. Right? We have a medical museum. This is where display all the human models. Okay, the body parts model. So especially when they learn about human anatomy, body structure, they can use this. Nowadays, we will give them access to this 3D. What is it called? I don't know what is the name of this app. It's like an app you can use to study human anatomy. You can enlarge, you can select the parts you can study. It gives you very detailed explanation. All right, let's say you click on your nose, it will give you explanation every muscle on your nose. Okay, yeah, just to give you an idea. So IMU, not just we offer education, we also offer medical service, healthcare service. This is our clinic, open to the public. All right. So the public can come and make appointment and see the doctor for treatment. Oral Health Center, I mentioned earlier, this is where our students also learn their practical skill. Okay, and this area is open to the public. The public can seek dental treatment here as well. Student lounge is like a hangout area. There's a gym inside. Yeah, gym. Yeah, this is the clinical campus, which I mentioned earlier of my presentation. Clinical campus. Our medical students, nursing students, they will do the training in the hospitals here. This town called Seremban, Batu Pahat. Batu Pahat and Keluang is located in this state called Johor. Johor is the most southern state of Peninsular Malaysia. If you come to Kuala Lumpur and you drive down south all the way to the southern state, that is Johor state before you reach Singapore. Okay, we provide accommodation as well. And yeah, so the accommodation commonly located in the apartment opposite the campus, right? Where is the campus? You can see the shadow uh, bottom of this picture. That's the campus, all right, which is opposite the campus, right? Students stay here are very convenient. They just walk. It's like a few minutes walking distance. Okay, so yeah, this is just to give you an overall explanation about the programs. I spent a bit earlier on. I spent a bit more time on the medicine and the foundation because these are the two um, more the two programs where we have more students, especially from Southeast Asia, right? Indonesia, Vietnam, Myanmar, especially nowadays, where we get more students from Myanmar nowadays. So yeah. All right. So any questions? Any questions?
Thank you, Jehan. I think we
Yeah.
have some questions over on the Q&A box below here. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So just okay, if IMU Foundation, any possibility for packaging medical, dental, pharmacy, allied health programs?
Mm-hmm.
I think not say package it, but like let's say
Uh-huh.
after students, they let's say after international students,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they complete the foundation, they technically have to apply direct by themselves, or IMU can assist them.
Yeah, we actually help them in fact, you see, what happens to our foundation students that the second semester, let me show you, hang on, let me share with you the brochure for the foundation. Let me share so that I can use that to share with you.
Mm.
This one.
Because I think they use the word package because they use the word
Yeah.
package. So I think specifically for international students, because let's say if they applied to the foundation, it'll be like a
Mhm,
standalone student Malaysian pass, right? Standalone with the
mhm,
foundation, right? And then they have to
mm.
reapply if let's say if they were to progress to their respective bachelor degrees.
Okay, it's not like a automatic progress because you see our this okay what I'm showing you here, this is
Mm.
our foundation in
Yep.
science. Our foundation in science is to prepare them into not only medicine but also other programs like dentistry, pharmacy, and all these programs you can see here, all right? On this side, you can see all this. So the student the students every students they have their own interest and preference. Okay, so it's not an automatic how to say at the entry because we will need to see their results. Okay, their results here will be the one that determine whether they're eligible or not. Earlier on, I mentioned this the requirement 3.4 for the IMU ABS, 3.7 for the partner medical school. And then we also have other programs like biomedical science, the requirement is 2.5. So what happens is that you see, okay, in this 1 year foundation, there are 3 semesters. During the second semester, we will give them a briefing. Okay, we'll give them a briefing, telling them, okay, what is the application procedure? Okay, because most of the students will start applying for the undergraduate degree programs, which is all here, undergraduates. Some are interested in medicine, dentistry, pharmacy. So they will start applying from the second semester. So we will, in the second semester, we'll go to the class and give them a briefing, telling them, okay, how do you do it? Okay, how do you do it? So some students they say they're interested in medicine. Okay, you apply medicine. So it's not automatic. How is that admission? They have to select. They have to tell us because everyone's interest is different. Okay, I immediately give you direct admission into medicine or pharmacy. You have to select, but we will teach you. We will guide you to do that by giving you a briefing. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, the foundation program, as I mentioned earlier, is to prepare them into all this, okay, into all this. So yeah, since I'm here, I can share with you, this is the fees for the foundation. I earlier on, I didn't mention fees for any other programs because, yeah, because every fees for different program, it is different. Okay, you can download from the website, the brochure. You can see for yourself. All right. Since I'm here, I can show you. Application fee for international students is waived, just like I mentioned. All application fees for the pre-U program and undergraduate programs and postgraduate, all programs, the application fee is waived except MBBS and dentistry. So application fee is waived. They do not need to pay application, but they have to pay the rest after they receive offer. All right, all this they will pay after they receive offer letter. 1 year foundation is 30,900 for 1 year, and there are 3 semesters, so you divide into 3 semesters to pay. Okay, same goes with other programs. You pay by semester. You don't pay the entire program. Okay, scholarship for foundation in science, the quantum, that means the amount, will depend on how many A's they score. Okay, the lowest is of course 3,000 based on 3 A's. Okay, A plus, A star, A, we consider A, and it's meant for students who completed the IGCSE in 2024 or 2025. Okay, if let's say the student did their IGCSE in 2020 or 2021 or 2022 or 2023, then it's not eligible. Okay, it's not eligible. But I think we do give a flat rate. If I'm not mistaken, it's like I need to check again. I cannot recall there's a flat rate for anyone who come with excellent result, but they did it before 2024. We do give a flat rate of scholarship. Okay, I need to check again. I cannot remember. Yeah, and then not only scholarship, yeah, for students who continue, right? That means they finish 1 year foundation, they continue in medicine, or they continue into dentistry, pharmacy, or any of these undergraduate programs, they will get a progression bursary of 8,000. All right, 8,000 ringgit. That means during their undergraduate program, they will pay 8,000 less. Right? Progression bursary means they progress. After they progress, they will enjoy this 8,000. Even for students who doesn't get any scholarship at all. Let's say the student only scored 5 Bs. All right, the students scored 5 B, but met the requirement to join foundation, but didn't get any scholarship. But when they continue, they will get this 8,000 bursary for our what is it called? Undergraduate program when they progress. Okay, yeah, you can find this in the website. Okay, I hope I answered that question.
No problem, Jackson. No problem.
I think this is the packaging that you're looking
Yeah,
at.
because I think you just want to know more like what are the steps and procedures as after let's say if they join the foundation and you don't know what's the next step, which is actually quite clear. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. How about AP American results requirement for MBBS?
Okay. Unfortunately, we can't accept AP or American high school for entry into medicine program. Okay. But if you look at US itself, right? Even US itself, even if you do AP or American high school, you can't join a medicine program directly. All right, because in US, if you completed AP or American high school, you still have to do a bachelor degree before you can join medicine. Here, I think that is one of the reasons, because if we look at our the guideline given by our medical council, American high school diploma or AP is not one of the recognized qualification. It's not one of the recognized qualification for entry into medicine. And another issue that we face is because the student do the subject like compulsory subject like biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics, they all do it in the different year. Unlike, like, for example, if you study A levels, you study biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics all together in the same year. All right, our Malaysia STPM, they will study all the subject in the same year. But in the American system, the subject, not all of them, they will do it in the same year. Some may be doing in the year 12. Some subject maybe they have done it in year 11 or year 10. So it's very hard for us to justify.
Very hard to justify.
And
Very hard.
another issue is um, they may need O level or year 11 equivalent, right? Because O level, when they finish the O level, at the end of it, the IGCSE, they get a certificate. But in American system, there's no such thing. They don't give any certificate based on year 11. They only get the one final certificate when they completed the year 12 or the American diploma. So that is the issue that we're facing with American curriculum. That's why we don't accept. So if for any students who did the American curriculum, I would suggest them to do another pre-U again. Yes, it's not fair for me to say that, but unfortunately, due to the what is it called, the restriction imposed by the medical council, that's the best we can advise. Another recognized pre-U, maybe something like OSSD, 1 year you complete, and then you join into medicine. I'm not saying that OSSD is better than American system. It's just that OSSD is recognized by medical council, so that's why I have to give such a suggestion.
That's
I
actually quite
hope you
fair. That's actually
understand.
quite fair. Yeah, because like especially for students, they did some did AP subject, AP
Mm,
qualification, and then they also
yeah,
did GED.
yeah, yeah.
Did GED, then most likely they'll have to join. They can't join the foundation in science
Mm,
directly, right? They'll have to go through another pre-U which you recommend
yes, correct.
OSSD.
Because foundation also based on the O level IGCSE.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah. So and they want all to be done in the same year, not different years. So that is the difficulties that we are facing in American system. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that American system is no good. It's just that due to the what is it called, the requirement set by the medical council. So yeah, we can't accept.
Because it's really depending on the Malaysian Medical Council, the way they set
Yes,
up
yes.
their entry require, especially
Correct.
the prerequisite
Yeah,
part if they were to progress into a medical
yeah,
program in the future. That's right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just another
Yeah.
question. Another question. Would like to clarify the 3 year psychology degree. I think that is the
Mm,
the
mm,
3+0, the Bachelor of
yeah.
Psychology and the University of
Mm,
Dundee.
yeah.
At IMU, do they allow students to pursue Masters of Clinical Psychology? I think yes, right?
Yes. Actually, the Master of Clinical Psychology in IMU, the requirement is you must be a psychology graduate. If you graduate from a bachelor in business, or you graduate from even a bachelor in counseling or medicine, you cannot study clinical psychology. You must be a psychology graduate. So IMU, we offer a Master of Clinical Psychology, which is 2 years. So at the end of it, yes, they graduate, then they can become a registered clinical psychologist. But in Malaysia, I don't know whether they allow them to do that or not.
Okay. Interesting. Because I think it varies on the with the
Malaysian definitely no issue.
yeah,
Mm,
no issue on that.
yeah, so they may need to
Yeah.
check.
Because I
Yeah,
think it also depends on the psychology body.
mm,
Like example, I
correct.
think example, let's say for
Mm,
example for your IMU
mm,
Bachelor of Psychology, like in
yeah.
let's say they go to UK, they have this British
Mm,
Psychological Society board,
yes.
yes. So
Correct.
it
So
really
yeah,
depends.
because every country is governed by their so-called like governing body of that field. So yeah, you have to check.
Yeah,
You have to
that's so
check.
true. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay.
some say you must in your studies you must cover minimum numbers of minimum credit hours, something like that.
Mhm.
Some may be more, so something like that.
Okay, that's
Have
fair.
to, yeah.
Okay, this is actually a very interesting question.
Mm, mm.
Are international students able to work as a professional doctor in Malaysia? Do the students need to take another test after graduation with MBBS to work in Malaysia?
Okay, the answer is no. It's very straightforward. In fact, no university you study in Malaysia, you can work in Malaysia. Even if you go to number one university in Malaysia, like for example, University of Malaya, which is the number one university in Malaysia, you graduate from the MBBS, you cannot work in Malaysia because our government simply do not allow them to work as a doctor. they don't give them the license to practice. Okay, so therefore, okay, let me just share with you. In general, when you completed a medicine MBBS studies, the next thing you need to do is internship. Okay, the next thing you need to do to internship, but you cannot do internship because doing internship or housemanship, we call this in Malaysia, is considered working already. Because when you are doing your internship or when you are working as a houseman, you are paid by the government, and of course, our government only paid to Malaysia. So one way is they either go back to their home country or they go to any other countries where they can get themselves registered with the medical council, then they can practice. So because of this, IMU Partner Medical School option, right, the PMS option, is very popular among our international students because we partner with universities from Australia, New Zealand, UK. All right. And so far, this country allowed them to apply for the internship after they graduated. Okay. If let's say, for example, let me use my Myanmar as an example. Myanmar government say that if you want to do internship in Myanmar, you study in Myanmar only. You don't study abroad. Okay. But we have many Myanmar students who are studying abroad, right? Studying medicine before. So if they do the IMU MBBS option, they will face a problem because they cannot take IMU MBBS to go back to Myanmar to register to practice because Myanmar government already said you have to study in Myanmar, right? And at the same time, they also face a situation they cannot register in IMU, right? Because in Malaysia, what I'm saying. Because Malaysian government do not allow. So what can they do? What is their alternative? The alternative is consider our partner medical school option. They use IMU as a stepping stone to transfer to the partner universities, either in UK, Australia, or New Zealand. After they graduate, then they register. They apply to register with the local medical council. Like let's say UK, they have the GMC, General Medical Council, AMC in Australia, and others. So they will apply for that registration. If they get a license, then they practice there. So Australia, okay, do take note, every country, the situation can be different. If you ask me, Australia can be more difficult compared to UK in getting the internship. Yep. Because it also comes down to the situation, how is the immigration policy there? Because I mean, everywhere the country like Australia, they also tightening their policy against foreigner as well. Right, UK, I think they are in need of doctors. They're facing a shortage of doctors, so they're more willing to give that kind of opportunities. Right, of course, in UK they need all the medical graduates. Before they graduate, they have to go through this UK MLA, UK Medical Licensing Assessment. All right. So everywhere you go, like if you want to go to US, then US, you have to sit for the US MLE. Okay, but for Burmese students may face a problem to go to US because recently they come up with a list. Unfortunately, Myanmar is one of
I think it's just US in general that we also read a lot of news about the fact that I mean the Trump administration, they're tightening all the restrictions. Even for visitor visas also, it's like even they want take one look at you, they'll be like like asking you a lot more questions and you can get very scary. Yeah.
Right. So it also depending on the government side how it works. So far New Zealand is a small country. I mean lesser population, so it's not as competitive as in Australia. All right. Australia, big cities like Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, big cities. So it's quite competitive. Priority will always be given to the domestic students. All right, the Australian. But if you don't mind to serve in the rural area, you may stand a chance. So is there a chance in big cities? There is always a chance because I've seen in the past a student who, one of the students I remember who went to Western Sydney, graduated from Western Sydney, and then successfully obtained an internship in Sydney itself. and now already completed the internship. Now is working in as a doctor in Melbourne. So there is always a chance. Yes, yeah, it's difficult, but there is always a chance. But of course, again, it depends on the situation and the immigration policy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, but definitely not in Malaysia, because our Malaysian government already said no, right? Because even Malaysian, you know lah, Malaysian, we also come to a situation where there are not enough placement for the housemen for Malaysian. Yeah, they have to wait after they graduated half a year or some even a year. They have to wait before they get to start doing their internship or housemanship.
Yeah, it's I think also consider it's really is I think because each country also have their own opportunities and challenges, I would like to say.
Yes,
I think the fact that I think just a short reminder for I think for Malaysia, I think from Malaysian board that I think is also compulsory in terms of the Bahasa Malaysia language requirement as
Yes,
well. Right? So that's
correct.
also another
Yeah.
another factor to consider.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Malaysian who wants to register, they have to come with SPM. No SPM, you cannot register.
Even not even the wait, hold on, not even the like the you know the
Mm,
IGCSE Bahasa, the O level BM, not even the
no. They still insist on the SPM.
oh they still
Because
they
because
still
when
insist.
because you are going to become a Malaysian government servant,
Mhm.
when you do your internship, you work for the government. So I mean, Malaysian government, the criteria is that you must have SPM. No
I see, I
SPM.
see. Because I think to be
Yeah.
honest, I think it was quite a there was like a I think there was a
Mm,
debate about it, or some people say, oh, you can still take the
mm.
BM GCSE, or they'll say, oh, you must take the SPM BM.
Uh,
But I think we
no,
all
I
hear the
think
first
SPM is needed
SPM is
because
still the
you
thing.
must show SPM cert. It's not just about BM alone. You also need to pass the sejarah, the history. Mm.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Because it's just that, especially for as you
Mm,
know, as you know, like UEC students also that
mm,
I think they didn't.
mm.
Some of them they didn't take SPM. They just took full on like UEC
Yes, yes.
all the way.
Uh,
Which I think wait, does UEC have a BM? Yeah, UEC has a BM.
yeah, yeah. I think they have a BM. I don't come in contact with many UECA students, so yeah.
Okay.
Most of the time I'm dealing with international students.
I
Yeah,
see.
the
Yes.
local team it will be much
They might,
more.
but yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely do.
Mm.
I'll say
Yeah.
once in a while, but yeah, that's fair
Yeah. Yeah.
on that. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Just
Mm.
another question on how
Yeah.
many installments to pay for the course fee per year. Let's.
Okay. Generally, we don't really give installment. The only time we probably allow installment is during the pandemic, right? Because you know, like during pandemic, a lot of students and the parents also have some kind of finance of constraint. So we allow them. But now I think we don't really give installment except for some postgraduate programs, right? Postgraduate programs, we allow like 2 times of installment at the initial payment. Yeah. Otherwise, they pay the fees on semester basis. So like every half a year or every like 4 months. Like for example, the foundation, the 3 semesters is about 4 months each semester. So they pay on semester
Yes.
basis.
Yep. Okay, that's fair
Yeah.
because I also I'm
Yeah.
looking at
Mm,
one of the flyer from the foundation in science now.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
because if you guys look at the program fees itself, they also
Mm,
mention the registration and also the
mm,
refundable deposit.
yeah.
And there will be
Mm,
like how many semesters and how much
yeah.
is the per semester fee, followed by
Mm,
the per year fee
yeah.
on the right side.
Only the first semester will have a bit more to pay because you have the registration fee deposit, and then international student they have the visa processing fee
Mm-hmm.
and the tuition fee. So, but the second semester onwards, they just pay the tuition fee alone. That's all. They
Noted,
pay
noted.
on semester basis. Yeah.
All right, sure.
Most of our programs, like undergraduate programs, is 2 semester in one year, so they pay 2 times.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that but actually I do have some like curiosity
Okay, yeah.
questions about my
If,
own. Like example, I think let's say for Thai students, they usually
yeah.
completed the high school from Matayam 6, and
Yeah.
then for Laos usually they complete their
Mm,
high school
yeah.
qualification. So usually for
Mm.
students from Thai and Laos, usually will they still need to complete the foundation first or
Okay. If for other programs, generally, if they meet the requirement, they can go straight into the bachelor degree. But medicine, we have to see, right?
Mhm.
Medicine, especially the professional one, we have to consider because we hardly get like Thai students using the Thai high school or Laos. I don't even recall. I don't even have. I don't think we have one Laos student
I see.
at the
Yeah, because it's
moment.
just a
But Thai
curious.
students, we in the past we have some Thai students, but they come with different qualification. They come with some international qualification, maybe like uh, so I can remember there's one who did the bachelor degree, already come with a bachelor degree, and some I think one or two did other maybe IB or A levels. So
Okay.
with Thai qualification, I cannot recall, maybe long time ago. But
Sure.
I think recently there is changes in the requirement. We have to check for
Okay,
Thai
sure.
qualification. We may have to consider on a case-to-case basis.
Yeah,
If
no problem.
acceptable, they can apply for direct entry.
Okay, no
Mm,
problem.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep, I think this is actually quite well, this is definitely a lot longer than it's very, very informative
yeah,
and very,
yeah,
very
yeah.
important. I think it's the part where
Uh-huh.
you mentioned about okay, you know what, there's the Bachelor of Psychology and Bachelor of the Healthcare
Mm,
Management that yep, it is
yeah.
a dual award with IMU and University
Yeah, we call it like second degree lah.
second degree.
Second.
Sorry, I'm
That
probably
is
too yeah,
psychology and business administration with healthcare management.
yeah, no
These two
problem.
programs, we got this MOU with University of Dundee. You
Mhm.
can study all in IMU. You get IMU degree and a degree from University of Dundee.
Mhm.
This is not a credit transfer because you can't transfer back to Dundee, right?
I see, I see. Okay.
You must, the criteria is that you must complete all in IMU and then you get the 2 degrees. That's all.
Okay.
Not a credit transfer. You can't transfer back to Dundee
Okay.
because the agreement is not to transfer back to Dundee.
Okay, sure, no
Mm.
problem. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I think that covers most. I would like to say, I want to say it
yeah,
covers most,
yeah.
if most, if not all of the about
Yeah,
IMU.
yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
mention other postgraduate programs, maybe perhaps in the future.
That's
So
true.
I
Maybe true.
for today I will just cover the like medicine foundation because these are the more commonly applied and asked questions from students in this region.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's noted.
But
I think it's mostly on
yeah,
the undergrad. Yeah.
if you want to find out more about other programs, yeah, feel free to approach us. Then we can try to assist
Yeah, no problem.
in
No
providing
problem.
the information. Okay, all
Okay,
right.
great. All right. Well, I
Mm,
think yeah, thank you,
yeah.
Jehan. This is a very this is actually one of the best sessions or one of the best sessions I ever look into it. So
No, no.
yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right. So
hope
all
you don't
right.
mind with all
Thank
my
you so much, and thank
long-winded
you everyone for
explanation.
attending the session
Mm,
here. So yeah, have a
mm.
good weekend ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everyone.
All right. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
support.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.